I just might need everybody to put on their spacesuits and their space helmets for this video I am about to share today, because honestly, the mystery behind the magic of what I am discussing today is pretty out there, but I'm going to do my best to explain this as eloquently as I possibly can. Hello, beautiful people. It is Oshun Kimmy, your sage, your guru, your mystic, and your spiritual informant. And today we are diving deep into how exactly sorcerers and dark spiritualists can trap your spirit and separate you from your spiritual gifts. For people who have trouble remembering their dreams, who have dreams within dreams, or who have dreams of being trapped, chased, or driven to unfamiliar places, this video may bring some clarity for you. So spirit trapping is most commonly done when you are sleeping. Essentially, when your spirit goes into the spirit world during sleep, a sorcerer or a dark entity doing the bidding of that sorcerer will essentially cage your spirit into a particular place or dreamscape, where when you wake up, not all of you and not all of your spirit makes it back to the physical realm. And this is going to lead to a gradual deduction of your spiritual power over time. When you dream of being unable to get out of a place, this is because you are trapped in that place spiritually. And so your first instinct when experiencing a bad dream may be to wake yourself up. Simply waking yourself up from the dream does not necessarily mean that you have made it out of the trap or maze, or that you have recovered your spirit. When a door, aka a portal, has been opened to you in the spirit world by a sorcerer or an entity, aka a principality, that door essentially will have to be shut in some way, and simply waking up does not always shut that door. Or if you dream regularly of your old schools, old friends, childhood homes, that is a sign of spirit traps as well. These dreams are signs of cords and binds being made to your past, which are meant to keep you from progressing forward, moving to new places, making new friends, elevating in your career, etc. If you are spiritually gifted, you may have had dreams of being chased and trapped since you were a child. And this is because of familiar spirits, where you basically were born into a line where there was already a dark or demonic attachment to your family line that has been tasked with destroying your family line, blocking your spiritual gifts, stealing the destinies of your family line, and etc. So when it comes down to where you are being trapped in the spirit, that also depends on the spirit or person who is operating against you. If a sorcerer is themselves doing the trapping, so let's say they know how to astral travel, they know how to dream walk and affect things in the spiritual world, then they may choose to trap you in their home or somewhere near them. If it's a spirit, like a marine spirit, you may dream of being in water, near water, or even underwater. So these are the areas that a marine spirit will try to trap you. Spirit trapping is a process that takes away bits and pieces of what make you you, until ultimately you become a less recognizable, a less powerful, and a less full version of who you truly are in the spirit. When an entity or sorcerer is binding your spirit up in the spirit world, this spell is literally going to rewire and reorder your aura. So one way is that, of course, there are going to be holes and tears from where your spirit has been fragmented, but there are also going to be alien or foreign patterns that are now inserted into your auric design from where the sorcerer or entity has manipulated your auric field and manipulated your spiritual frame. So this is where we are getting into the topic of sacred geometry. So buckle up, friends, because it is about to get pretty metaphysical. What do I mean by auric design? So each of our auras have unique patterns, literally unique geometric patterns all over our auras. You may see colors, you may see patterns, etc. And these unique patterns and colors essentially act as a tag or a code that tells the cosmic forces of the universe things like what your destiny is, who you are in the spirit, what's your true spiritual form, what your spiritual gifts are. All of this information can be found in the ethereal codes of your aura. I hope this makes sense, because I'm about to go a little deeper. So when a sorcerer or an entity is trapping your spirit and blocking your gifts, they do this by distorting your auric code, which can cause your gifts to go offline or be inhibited. And it can also cause disruptions to your spirit team, to your ancestors, and to the divine source, because it's all a code, right? So there are people who have commented before on my videos about how when they were in heavy spell work, they felt completely disconnected. And this is because the manipulations of that auric code, where a person can be veiled, where their codes and their aura, the colors and the codes of their aura can be veiled or netted, which is then going to disrupt the pattern and the codes that your spirit team would use to find you and to communicate with you. So think about the body as a computer and the spirit as the power connection that makes the computer run, and the auric codes as the programming of the computer that tells it exactly what it needs to do and exactly what it is capable of. So the auric programming is like the algorithm of your spiritual force. So if your auric code has been manipulated, you may feel very unlike yourself. You may feel disconnected from your spiritual power. You may experience a lot of misfortune as well, a lot of mental, emotional, and psychological disturbances, feelings of powerlessness, and etc. When an entity or sorcerer has tore holes in the aura, you essentially walk around with multiple open portals around you that disrupt your path and your progress. So rather than being on a forward path of progress and ascension, you may find yourself sucked into portals of the past, sucked into portals that keep you in chaotic energies or disarray, sucked into portals that cause you to relive past traumas, or sucked into portals of karmic loops where you meet the same dark energies in different bodies. So when I first figured out I was being hexed by the very person I was paying to remove the hexes, I tried finding other practitioners to help me, and I kid you not, I could not find a single genuine practitioner. I was scammed constantly until I finally decided to heal it myself and to deal with the spell work myself. And that, my friends, is what it looks like to be trapped in energy portals. You are sucked into negative energy and sucked into negative vibrations. When I am talking about your auric codes being manipulated, this is essentially a manipulation and a distortion of your reality, where everything could feel and seem upside down, inside out. Your past could feel like your future. I've talked already in plenty of videos about the importance of calling your spirit and your power back on a daily basis. We should regularly be calling on our higher selves and our spiritual team to reunify our being, and we must give ourselves time to receive that energy. So make sure that you have time for meditation and quietude on a daily basis. In this meditation, it will help you to recall the places that you went in the dream state so that you can literally visualize yourself walking out of those places and back into your body, back into the present moment. Especially if you dream of being in childhood homes and old schools, the good news with this is that you know those homes and schools, so you know how to visualize making your way out of those places to remove yourself and reunify yourself. You can also call your spirit back in through declarations. So there may be some people who say, well, I don't actually remember my dreams. This is where you can simply work with declarations, where I had to begin declaring that all portals open over my head and my spirit while I was sleeping must hereby be closed. And I called upon my ancestors and my guides to remove me from every place in the dream state where fragments of my soul remained. So the more that you do this process of soul reunification, the more you will see the results. With the help of my spirit team, I learned to bring my spirit back in, remove spiritual parasites, recode my own auric field, and so much more. And my team has been on me for months about offering this energy healing and energy recoding for others. So I'm very happy to finally announce that I am offering energy healing, energy recalibration, and energy recoding services, which you can book through Etsy the same way that you would purchase a reading. The link to readings, energy healing, and the Patreon will be in a pinned comment below. And I often do brief energy healing sessions at our Wednesday workshops for people who have joined the Patreon. And so if you are not ready at this time for an individual one-on-one energy healing, you can simply sign up for the Patreon and you will be able to experience it in a group setting at our Wednesday workshop. Peace and blessings, my beautiful people. Selah.